Previously on MasterChef Australia, our home cooks scrambled to avoid elimination.
That is delicious, delicious, delicious. I got this for brekkie. You'll be a happy bloke.
But not everyone cracked our brekkie egg challenge.
That is runny, runny, runny. Yep.
Tonight,
you guys are in trouble.
MasterChef favourite Shannon Bennett sets the most fiendish pressure test yet.
There is one particular technique in this that even still scares me a little bit.
This is going to be impossible to get on the plate.
It's 4 remarkable cooks.
You're deep in it, yeah? I'm telling you now.
Oh, I'm in a world of hurt here.
Versus a Michelin star masterpiece.
I really want to make sure these pomme soufflé are perfect. They're not puffing. I don't know what I'm going to do at this point.
Some will rise to the challenge.
I'm impressed.
The flavour is absolutely delicious.
But when the chips are down,
this pub is not souffled at all.
One contestant's journey will be over for good.
You're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out, you're up and you're down, you're wrong when it's right, it's black and it's white, we fight, we break up, we kiss, we make up. You're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out, you're up and you're down, you're wrong when it's right, it's black and it's white, we fight, we break up, we kiss, we make up.
It's the second week of MasterChef and it's my second elimination, so it's not a position that I really wanted to find myself in. Today I'm facing elimination along with Nick, Jamie and Scott.
I've been really unwell. I had to take the big risk in putting myself into elimination.
You know there's a rule in MasterChef, if you can't compete, then you go straight through to elimination.
No, I'm going to rest up, mate, and come back strong. I'm focused, I'm determined, and I'm going to give it everything I've got. I'm a carpenter by trade. It's what my grandfather did, it's what his father did, but unfortunately I can't do it anymore because I've had a few injuries. So not being able to do my trade anymore, it's devastating, you know. Cooking's what I love doing now, so I'm very proud to say that.
Hey, look who's here.
How are you?
Yeah.
My grandfather, he's like one of my best mates. Yeah, I like to cook him up a meal and take it there because, you know, I don't like Grandma having to do all the cooking because Grandpa doesn't do too much.
Hey, hey.
My grandfather, he'll be watching and he's so proud of me and anything that I do in my life. MasterChef, to me, is a second chance to change my life.
I'm feeling good. As good as can be expected.
You know, when you think you've done okay and then end up in this situation, it's a bit unfortunate, but I know I'm a strong cook and I think I deserve to be here.
From the time I was 12, I was the cook in the house, and I always knew that's what I wanted to do.
Unfortunately, life got in the way and didn't quite work out that way.
As much as I love bartending, it's not always the most lucrative job financially. I think my ultimate food dream would be
To own a small bar, concentrating on super high quality food and high quality drinks.
a good meal can bring anyone together. MasterChef's an opportunity for me, and it's an opportunity to support my family and give them a great life.
I've had the most amazing roller coaster ride so far. Today, I've just got to fight for it, make some amazing food. I want to come back to the house today.
Walking into the MasterChef kitchen with my blacks on, it's a little intimidating.
Back in the black aprons already. It's an awful feeling, isn't it?
Today, it's an elimination.
today is all about pressure. The pressure of the dish. The pressure of the time. But above all, the pressure of your dream, knowing that you need to survive. You guys are in trouble.
Today, to set your pressure test, we invited one of Australia's very best chefs. A man who has achieved what few do, 3 hats for his flagship restaurant. And that flagship restaurant has been named Australia's best on numerous occasions. Please welcome, from Melbourne's Vue de Monde, Shannon Bennett.
Oh my goodness, this man is amazing. But I'm really scared because he specialises in French cuisine, which I don't do.
I am wrapped. It's how I love to eat. It's how I love to cook.
Nice to know you.
I've eaten in Shannon's restaurant a couple of times, and I know whatever's underneath that cloche is going to be something that is terrifying to make.
Shannon, welcome back.
Thanks, Gary.
By bringing this dish in, you're actually setting the second pressure test in this competition, because George set the first. Did you want to challenge them at different levels?
There's a lot of basic skills that you need to get right in this dish, but there is one particular technique in this that even still scares me a little bit.
Love it. That just sent a little shiver down my spine. Are you nervous now?
Should we put them out of their misery?
Let's do it. The dish you're going to be cooking today is fillet of beef with pomme soufflés and a bone marrow and shallot crust. On the side, a little bit of parsley puree, and to finish, a jus gras.
How hard can it be? It's chips and steak. No, this is super hard. Let's just start with the steak.
Well, the steak is quite a large piece of steak, so the timing is going to be crucial. You want this beef to come out medium rare when it's being served.
You know, that's going to be a challenge for me.
Why is that?
I don't eat beef with my religion.
You know what? The most important thing is season it. And number 2, it's all about the cuisson, and you don't need to taste it to get the cooking degree of it right.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, thanks, George.
There's one particular skill, a hell of a lot of pain involved. The pomme soufflés are going to be the killer.
Literally, the ingredients are potato, oil, and salt. There's no bicycle pumps to pump them up. It's all about the technique, isn't it?
These days, you find it very, very difficult to see any of these on a menu. I can't even get head chefs sometimes to even carry through on some pomme soufflés for a table. This is sort of a lost art that we're trying to bring back today.
Oh, I'm in a world of hurt here. Even professional chefs struggle to get it right. This is going to be pretty well impossible to get on the plate.
Right, tasting time.
Oh my gosh, they're amazing.
Oh, wow.
The sweetness of the shallots, nice, beautiful, soft beef. The sort of velvety texture of the puree and that crispness. It's just, as you said, it's perfect steak and chips.
That's probably one of the best things I've ever eaten. That's incredible. I can't wait to cook it. I think I'll cook this dish for Grandpa. He loves a good bit of steak. Even with his false teeth, he will still get through that one.
So now you know what you're up against. One person is going home today. You have 1.5 hours to reproduce Shannon's beautiful dish. You need to motor. Those pomme souffle, I guarantee you, are going to cause you problems. And if they don't, you're going to be the first chef on the planet that's made them the first time spot on. Right, get your heads in the right space because your hour and a half starts now.
It's these sort of base techniques that I like to think I know really well.
So the first thing you have to do with the jus gras is to render the fat out of some chicken thighs. You do that by placing them in a pretty low oven just for half an hour.
This is the fanciest dish I've ever made. It's the most technical dish that I've ever done. But I know I just have to read that recipe and follow it to the T. I'm in the MasterChef kitchen, so I need to make sure I do things properly.
Next, I start picking parsley for the parsley puree. I'm quite familiar with making purees. Just from the feel with the blender, I know that it's coming up the way it should be. It's nice and velvety.
Well, it says 2 bunches.
But how big is a bunch?
Probably all That's 2 bunches.
Jesus, okay.
I'm quite scared going into today's challenge. I always steer towards sweets because that's what I love to cook. But I also need to start venturing out in my cooking. I've only been here a week and I've had massive lows.
Why should we give him a second chance?
Because it's his dream. I'm really, really proud of him. I think he deserves any chance you could give him.
I've also had massive highs.
Yum.
I think it's amazing. I love it. It gave me goosebumps.
I've wanted to be here for such a long time. I'm so determined to go back to the MasterChef house tonight.
Scotty, get your roasting pan in the oven. It's got to be heated for 10 minutes. Okay.
I'm really worried about Scott. Everybody else has finished their parsley puree, but he's been so busy measuring his ingredients, he hasn't even started yet.
I've completed my parsley, so the next thing I decide to do is crack on with my jus gras. Oh God, it's so much pressure. Cooking a Shannon Bennett dish, it needs to be perfect. I discard the chicken thighs. I set my chicken fat to the side, but I'm not going to use that until the very end of the recipe.
Nick, someone, can you help this? Me open this, or shall I just use yours?
Okay, yep, use mine, yep.
Get the Madeira into the pan. Quick, 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 quick. Good girl.
I'm not letting things get to me. I'm not associating myself with negativity anymore. I'm just going to do it.
I've been working for the last 5 years as a dentist. How are you doing, Jackie?
Well, thank you.
How are your chickens? My surname originally is Mystery, so I'm Dr. Mystery, which I love. Love it. I do enjoy my job, but my love and my passion is obviously food. Do you want to have a go at rolling it?
I can give it a try.
Maybe I should have gone to chef school, but I mean, I'm from an Indian family, and you're always a dentist, a doctor, a lawyer, accountant. I'm sacrificing my job to be in the MasterChef kitchen. It is a massive risk that I'm taking, but it means the world to me. Yay!
If you're not motoring now, you're going to be in a world of pain in an hour. 1 hour to go.
So I've made the jus, reduced it down on the hot plate. I'm very happy with the way this dish is going so far. This is my opportunity to show the judges what I really can do, and I want to smash this.
It's a little bit more reduced than I'd like.
My jus gras is a little thick, which it just won't work with the dish.
No, it's just reduced a little bit too much, I think.
People start throwing advice at me from the gantry.
You can add more stock if it's thick. There's some there.
It starts to get into your head and you start to second guess yourself.
Where did I put the stock?
In front of you at the top of the thing.
I should be just following my gut.
Just a dash, not too much. That's it all.
So I need to get this on right away. I don't have time to make it again, and it's really important I get it onto my pomme souffle. I'm really not in a good place right now.
Coming up, it's one of the hardest techniques in the kitchen.
Just be patient on that agitation.
A skill that even head chefs find impossible.
They're not puffing.
But if they can't master the puff, it could spell disaster.
I could definitely be going home today.